Alrighty, so I guess yeah, start with thing up. So first thing that kind of comes to my mind is earlier today, I had to go into Vaden because I've had this like really weird cough for a while. So I saw a doctor about it, and I had a pretty bad experience, which is just like extremely rude to me, which is uncommon. Usually like people in the medical profession are like really professional, but um, this lady was kind of a jerk. So uh, for me, this is like a bigger issue just because like I have Crohn's disease, which is like an autoimmune disorder. So I have to take drugs that like basically like ruin your immune system. So like you don't react well to like colds or anything like that. So like any like small thing is like a really big deal for me. Like I have to go in. So it was a bit irritating to have like a doctor like be really condescending to me and treat me like I had no idea what like what's going on with myself when it's like I've been into the hospital like a lot, and usually I have to be like the first responder to myself for issues that come up. So yeah, that was pretty irritating earlier today. Um, yeah, she's just like pretty pretty mean. Like I also have to take I don't have to, but I choose to like take sleeping aids because I used to sort of have like a dependency on them. So I still take them because I like it. It helps me fall asleep, and I need to do that. Otherwise, I like can't fall asleep. So this lady, when I told her that I was taking sleeping aids as like one of my medications, she gave me this like huge lecture about like how I'm going to be screwed over when I'm 30, and like I'll never be able to like sleep like a normal person, and basically just like I'm fucking myself over, and I don't have a clue about like how to take care of myself, and that's what like all this stems from. And so yeah, I've never had an experience like that bad with a doctor, but it just left like a terrible taste in my mouth after I left the doctor's appointment because like one, she didn't prescribe me anything useful, which like I knew I needed, and I told her I needed it, and she like refused to prescribe it to me. Like I needed antibiotics, and she wouldn't do it. She was like, wait like another week and then come back in, which is never like a good idea from my like knowledge of my own medical history. And then like two, she was just like extremely rude to me and condescending, which was obviously hurts my ego, hurts inside. So yeah,
I mean, did you come away from it like actually getting what you needed out of
not
your visit?
really. No, I mean she wrote me a prescription for like over the counter like cough medication, which I could have gotten myself, but like it was just really obnoxious because like I went in and she was like, "Well, do you have seasonal allergies?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And she's like, "Oh, that's probably all it is." And I was like please do a full check, like don't just write me off. And then she did, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you have like a bacterial infection. I can see it, but like I don't want to write you an antibiotic prescription yet. Like I want you to wait longer." And I've already had this for like 3 weeks, and it's getting to the point where it's like I am like having trouble like talking and interacting with people because I'm like coughing a lot and stuff like that. So it's just like getting to the point where it's like really inconvenient now, and I'm like tired of having it like written off, So
Can you talk to your family doctor or your doctor for Crohn's and like ask them if they can prescribe you something else or
yeah, usually I would do something like that, but typically the issue is like, well, I just don't have enough time to like play like like errands with all the doctors that like I know.
yeah.
It's usually like I like to go and evade and like make my appointment, go in for like 20 minutes and get what I need, and usually it's fine. Like I usually see this one doctor there, and she's super nice, and it's always like really helpful. I mean, I think I just got like the wrong person today, or she was having a bad day or something. But um, I don't know. As far as like, yeah, I don't know. As far as like talking to a doctor, like another doctor, at least for me, like I don't really trust that. Like I don't like to like call up one of my doctors back home and be like, "Hey, I think I have this. Like, will you write me a prescription?"
Right.
Just because I actually I don't actually know for sure. I haven't done any tests. Like I don't want to tell them like prescribe me this because this is what I think. Um, that just doesn't seem safe to me. So usually I try not to do that. But I don't know. Um, I don't know. Hopefully, like if I take this like over the counter stuff she gave me, it'll like work a little bit better. But I just don't want it to get to the point where it's like so much worse. I'm not like functioning anymore at a certain level. So
Um, is it possible for you to go into Baden again, like sometime really soon, and see somebody else?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's honestly what I was thinking about when I left. Like maybe I should just go in. I don't know. I already bought the meds, so I'm willing to like give it a try. But I don't know. Like my girlfriend, she's had the same thing, and they keep telling her it's allergies, but she's had it for like a month. So like I know whatever it is, it's like not going away with like all the allergy stuff they give to her. So like that's why I'm worried it's something like more serious, because if it's like serious for her, it's gonna be like really serious for me, you know, because like I have that like immune suppressant, so yeah. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to make of the situation. Like, I'm willing to wait it out like another week and see if it gets better on like the stuff they gave me. But to be honest, like this, like most of the reason this is an issue for me is just like I'm really irritated with like the way I got treated at Baden. You know, it's obviously like bad to come away feeling like somebody's like being condescending towards you or treating you like a child. Like, especially when like, I mean, I've been in charge of my own medical care for the last like 3 years. You know, like when I was in college at a different place before this, like I mean, I had to manage, like I was like 3,000 miles from home. I had to manage everything for myself. Like I had to get my own medical insurance and manage all of that. So it's like I've been doing all this for a long time. Like it's just annoying to have somebody like, I mean, even if I hadn't been, it would still be irritating to have somebody treat me like I had no idea what I was talking about, or like not treat me seriously and then just like second guess everything I told them. So, but, yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, so my boyfriend is in Berlin right now. He's studying abroad, and we've been going out for over 2 years now. And this is actually our third time doing long distance. And we were pretty serious before he left, and he was talking about like long-term stuff and stuff like that. And so I like really haven't dated anyone else before him, and he was like, yeah, like while I'm gone, especially if we're in this for the long haul, like this is really kind of like, it seems like an opportune moment for you to kind of explore things with other guys and stuff like that. Like while I'm gone, I'm cool with that. Like just let me know what you're up to. And I was like, nah, like I'm not that into that. Like I don't think I will be, but like okay, let's try it out. So we're trying it out, and I am into it. And just kind of like as a totally separate thing, like regardless of other guys, just kind of have recently just really been feeling like I want to break up. And not necessarily like I want to break up forever, because I really do feel like we'll get back together, but I don't know, I just don't feel like it right now, and I feel like if I do continue staying with him, feeling the way that I do, I'll just end up resenting it, and resenting kind of like the energy that I put into it right now. It's a 9-hour time difference, and it really sucks. I guess the hardest part about it is that he's my best friend, and so I feel like I've lost my best friend, and like when stuff like this happens, he would be the person I would talk to about it. We're really open and close, so like he knows everything that's going on with me. So that's just been kind of tough on its own. And on top of that, now there's this guy, and I'm really into him. And he came over to my place, and we just made out, and that's why I was a little bit late. I was not expecting that, but it was awesome. And weird, because I haven't been with anyone else in like 2 years. Actually, I feel like I'm in high school right now. Can we just pause? Like, he's so cute. Oh, okay. I haven't been able to regroup. This just happened. And he brought me Nutella, which is just like so sweet. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm just gonna like dive right into that. So it's kind of like this weird mixture of like good feelings and bad feelings. And I was like feeling, I don't know, I saw this coming and I was feeling really shitty about it before, but like in the moment, like I didn't feel shitty about it at all, and I was like, no, this is like what I want. This is great. And it's also like a really good distraction for me right now, just because my family is going through a really tough time right now. We have to move out of our house for financial reasons, and we like didn't have a place to move to. So I went down 2 weekends ago and like helped us find a place and helped us start packing and stuff. So we're all doing that right now. So I guess it's kind of a nice healthy distraction.
So how do you think this new relationship is going to affect your kind of old relationship?
Well, first thing I gotta do is tell Evan, because I told him I would. And I think it's gonna hurt him, to be honest. I mean, like, I don't see how it wouldn't. But I kind of a trooper, and we're also just so close that I think he'll understand. I think now it's just a matter of like gauging like how he feels about it and whether we want to kind of like still stay together like in paper and name, or if like we actually just want to really take a break.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like since before he left, or I mean, I guess I don't know when you guys talked about it,
Yeah.
but I mean, he's supportive of you like
Right.
taking a break for a little bit, and it doesn't necessarily mean like any relationship's over just because you put it on pause for a bit.
Right.
Like, I mean, when he comes back, if you want to, it's gonna be easy to pick it right back up.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, there's not necessarily any reason, like especially right now with the stuff you're going through with your family, for you to be like extra like exhausted and like miserable because you're trying to maintain a relationship with like somebody. I mean, I know how that goes. That's like
Yeah.
that's exhausting. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it comes down to like you determining like what you sort of want and like what you think you can handle. But like I don't know. Like I'm a big fan of like sort of going with things to like make your life better, especially in relationships. Like there's no reason to stay with like a situation if you can get out of it that's like exhausting you. And I think they'll be understanding.
Yeah, I think that's how I feel right now. I definitely feel like a lot better about it than I did last night when things were kind of like still up in the air. And then like today stuff happened. And I was like in the moment, like I just need like a break.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, you don't want to feel like, I mean, if you are so close with Evan and you kind of have this like really nice like friendship, I don't think you want to start or like end up resenting him because you're kind of like attaching yourself to him just because that's how things are supposed to be. But because you guys are in different places now and things have changed. It's things would be different if you were here.
That's definitely true. I feel like, I don't know, at a certain level, like, you might be doing more harm than good in the relationship by, like, choosing to stay together, because it's like, he'll definitely forgive you, like, when you come back, because it was his idea in the first place, so
it was his idea.
I think he'll forgive you, and if, like, it's something you want to pick back up, I don't think it's going to be an issue,
Yeah, I think the question now is just, like, how I kind of proceed with our friendship, because I don't want to, like, I don't know, I don't want to be, like, hurting him by continuing our friendship while this is going on, but like there's one of them saying it's like the best friend. See, awesome.
Cool. So I guess something that's been bothering me lately is so my uncle has been having a lot of health problems, and he has since I was 8 or so, and he lives in Santa Rosa, which is super close to here. And I'm from Missouri, which is super far away. And so when I was a kid and all this stuff was happening, so he had cancer. He had 2 bouts of cancer when I was still in Missouri. And when all of this was happening, I was kind of like really torn up about it. But I didn't feel like I could kind of like be close to him because we were so like physically far away from him. And so like the past few weeks have been really rough because he's going through a 3rd bout. So he originally had it in his kidney, and then when they went to operate, it metastasized and went to his leg, and then when they operated there, it metastasized, and now it's in his brain, which is like inoperable. So they did this procedure on him a few weekends ago, and so they basically like strapped him into a chair and used gamma radiation to pinpoint the tumor in his brain, and it was really scary. I decided to go up for the procedure because it was like pretty close, and I felt like I should be supportive. And so I was there in Santa Rosa, and it was really scary. And I don't know, something about it, like just being in my childhood, was just like it was just happening, but it wasn't like so like tangible and real, and being there was really like traumatic. And because it's kind of a really dangerous operation, because when you basically they kind of figure out which cells in the brain they can kill, like that it's okay to kill, so they have to kind of figure out, they put like 2 lasers in, and so they have to figure out like which angle to put it in. And so, I mean, if they get a little bit off, then they could just completely, he could lose his ability to smell something or to like talk. So it was really scary, and my aunt couldn't be there, so I was the only person, and I felt like I didn't really know how to kind of be there and support him. I just felt so like weirdly real, and it kind of made me rethink how I had framed this entire situation up until now. Yeah, so I don't know. We're now waiting for a while because you can't really tell. They didn't like zap it away. It's not like it's just miraculously gone. It's like kind of there. So hopefully it's gonna stop metastasizing. But yeah, so we have to wait for like 2 weeks or so for them to take an MRI to see if it's growing still. So yeah, so I don't know. I feel really weird being at Stanford now because I'm so close to him, like physically, and I feel like I should be with him because this is like obviously a really hard time for him because this is kind of like, I mean, it's his 3rd round of cancer. It's not like it's not just like something you can brush off. It's not like oh, I broke my knee and now I'm like in, to get it corrected or whatever. And so, I mean, I don't know. I saw him really scared, and I've never seen him scared. He's always been kind of like the trooper uncle, and so I don't know. I feel really bad being here, and I feel guilty not spending time with him. And I know that's silly, but I feel like he's probably hurting a lot. Like he's hurting in his, like actually physically, but I don't know. I think he's probably upset and scared, and I feel like I should be with him.
Like what you're saying is silly. You're saying that like what you're feeling is silly right now. I don't think that it's silly at all. I think you just have a tremendous amount of empathy for what he's going through, and it affects him and it affects you as well. And you're feeling what you're feeling, and it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know, like, I think the best form of support is just, like, showing up, and the fact that you went through the procedure is, like, huge. I mean, he's not going to forget that. That's, like, I mean, that's awesome. That's really nice that you did that. Yeah, I can understand, like, really wanting to be there for him right now, but I don't know, you know what I mean? It's, like, it's not always, like, within your control. And, like, even though you might be, like, physically close in proximity, like, the little distance is actually a lot when you're in school full time. I mean, it's almost the same as if it is. Yeah, it's almost the same as if you were still in Missouri. So, I mean, maybe I don't know, need to like recognize that it's like yes, you are capable of like driving there, but you're also not at the same time. You know, there are barriers in the way, and I mean, I think you made like an incredible effort so far. Just to like go and support him in that is huge. You know, don't beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
You said he's going to find out in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, so they'll do an
MRI
MRI in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. When was the procedure?
Like 2 weeks ago.
It's
so
2 weeks
they have
from,
to
like,
wait.
now.
Yeah, because I mean, it just like it doesn't grow like boom overnight. So
Yeah.
yeah. So they want to make sure that like it's a visible change, because it could still be like growing a little bit, but if it's growing at like a fast rate,
Can you call him?
Yeah, no, we've been talking a lot on the
good.
phone.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, we haven't for some reason haven't been talking that much like up until now. Just because I don't know, he's really busy all the time. I'm really busy all the time. But yeah, no, we've been talking a lot in the last few weeks.
That's good.
And it's helped. I think it's helped both of us, which is good. Yeah, I just feel like weirdly guilty for not being there with him, which I'm sure he doesn't actually want. I mean, maybe he does. I don't know. Yeah, that's 6.
Oh wow.